It could be the end of the road for 23andMe. The DNA testing company, once valued at $6 billion, is now filing for bankruptcy protection.
The company currently sitting on the genetic information of more than 15 million people, and that is raising some serious privacy concerns.
For more, let's bring in the CyberGuy Kurt Knutsson. Good to have you with us on this story. So the obvious question, if you're one of those 15 million, what do you do?
Brian Dagan, good to see you guys. By the way, I love your show, and I've been watching, and I just love it. I think you guys are doing, you're kicking it. So I spit in a thing in 2013. I sent it into 23andMe, and I thought it was going to be the coolest thing in the world. I've only had anxiety ever since because it told me that I was predisposed to macular degeneration with my eyesight and a couple other things that I've got my radars up in life that I didn't need. And then we hear stories about relatives that come knocking at your door because they use the ancestry part of this and found out that you're somehow related. Did you want them knocking at your door? We don't know. But what we do know is about 2021, 23andMe was worth $6 billion, and today it's worth a lot less. And it's gonna be the bankruptcy court that is gonna try to do a transaction to sell it, including of these 15 million people, of which I'm one. I'm an asset. I'm now an asset to the buyer. Who's the buyer? Well, Ann Wojcicki, who was a founder, wanted to make an offer. Maybe she'll do it again with the bankruptcy court. Think about it. Pharmaceutical company would love to have this data, so it could be that. Are you now going to be predisposed to have your data with a pharmaceutical company? Or maybe it's the insurance company that's going to buy it, and then they're going to look you up and down with your DNA and say, what kind of risk are you in the future? So at this stage, if you've had anything to do with DNA testing and genetics online, I would say this is the loudest bell you've ever heard to rein in that data, rein in your privacy. First thing you want to do, especially with 23andMe, because about a week and a half ago, they redid their rules online. You're going to want to opt out of their arbitration, which they changed their terms and conditions to say you have to arbitrate. Otherwise, you have no legal recourse. So do that immediately. You only got 30 days to do it once it switches over. Regularly review those privacy preferences you've got set up, whether you have 23andMe or another company. Make sure you understand what of your data is being shared and with whom. And then limit or disable your participation in studies. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's going out there. They'll say it's anonymous, but when someone buys this company, whether they have to, even though they may have to adhere to the rules of privacy, they know who's that DNA belongs to. They have that, and you have no sense of privacy with the owner there. And I would say it is also time to download your entire genetic record, if they allow that. 23andMe does. And I would store that in the safest place possible, offline. And then if you feel really like you don't want your data there anymore, and a lot of people don't, California Attorney General today is saying delete your data from 23andMe as a must-do thing. I'm not saying it's a must-do thing. I'm just saying that you may want to think about it. I went on today, I looked at it, everything's operating normally, and I actually ran into a couple messages I thought were interesting. And I contemplated, do I want to delete this right now? No, but I might in a couple days. So I just want to, I'm stewing with it. By the way, the exact email address, all the steps on how to do this, I have at the website at cyberguy.com that we did a story already about an hour ago. It posted.
Okay, good.
Well, they lost 7 million customer, there was a breach, 7 million customers' data was breached back 2023.
That really just whacked them upside.
Way to go, Wojcicki, who resigned. Kurt, great to see you. Thank you so much.
Good to see you. Appreciate it.